Your fades look like this, chopped, janky, unfinished, and you want them to look more like this, blurrier, cleaner, connected. Stick around, I'll put you on the method. So we're gonna come in with a 3-guard, fully closed. We're gonna debulk, kind of contour to the shape of the haircut. We're gonna be going more for like a mid drop. So you're gonna gotta kind of drop the shape a little bit towards the back. You know, you wanna make sure you flick up too. You don't wanna be leaving a harsh line. You know, you have to struggle to take out later on. Alright, so next we're coming in with the blade lever fully closed. Now this is going to be the foundation to your haircut. You know, when you're setting in a house, you need the foundation to, you know, build the structure of the house. This is what you're doing right now with the trimmer or the clipper. You're sitting in that bald line, and it's important you follow the shape of the head or the shape of the haircut, because you don't want to just do a straight, you know, bald line across the head and kind of takes away the point of the drop fade. So make sure you're following the slope. You see here I drop it pretty low in the back just to give myself, you know, more room to fade out the back of the head, because most of the time that tends out to be the hardest to fade out, because, you know, people sleep on their back, or, you know, just a little rough sometimes with the texture of the skin or the hair, anything like that. So now we're coming in with the 1-guard lever fully open. This is where we begin to really start to blur and blend in that whole haircut. As you can see, I'm kind of taking this blend towards the midsection. I've heard a lot of people call it a guideline. I personally like to just say I'm blending, because guidelines, you kind of got to erase those, just like we set the bald line at the you know, beginning. So right here, I'm more of just blending and connecting the haircut. Make sure you guys flick. I gotta emphasize on the flick, because that is key to making this blend, you know, this blend blurry. So flick, and, you know, don't worry about that line we're leaving the midsection. We're gonna come back and take that out. All right, so now we're coming in with the 1.5 guard. Lever is gonna be open, and we're gonna touch up that line that was left behind from the 1. And when you guys, you know, do touch up these lines, since we're not creating guidelines, we're blending, try to come in with the corners, just the right, you know, you can't really tell, but I'm actually using the right side of the teeth of the blade to kind of help, you know, lighten it up. You could always close the lever as you feel needed, or as you see needed to the haircut. Me, I'm starting open just to be safe, because I'm not too sure with this client's texture. So yeah, come in, touch it up a little bit. If you feel it's not cutting, it's not blending, close it up just a tad bit, and just kind of slowly work your way on that lever, making, you know, closing it, opening it, closing, opening it, just as you see fit. All right, so now we're coming in with a 1/2 guard. Honestly, in my opinion, I feel like this guard can make or break a haircut, so you gotta, you know, master how to use it. So already coming in, lever open, starting from the bottom where the ball line is at, and corner work. Can't stress it enough. Corner work into the 1 guard we used earlier, and we're gonna be blending it up. I know it looks a little rough. You might see a little couple lines starting to appear, but just know that this isn't the final product. It's just like a rough draft. And so, you know, in the process, we're gonna be coming in, sitting in the blend, and that bottom ball line, we're gonna come in close this time with the clipper, and just same thing, tap at it, corner work, flick it up. We're not gonna get fully rid of it. We're just gonna lighten it up. Now we're gonna go back to the haircut. As you can see where I pointed at, and we're going to detail that darkness out with the 1.5 open. Same thing, corners flick, adjust, and just kind of train your eye to get to notice those little dark spots and imperfections that you're gonna have to fade out. Honestly, detailing is key to any haircut. So once you do enough reps, you'll kind of see where the imperfections are at and understand it better. Now, I believe here we're using the 1 guard, lever open, same thing. Like I've said, can't stress it, corner work, and detail out the dark spots. Whatever you feel like isn't evened out with the blend, just touch it up. You know, the lower you go, obviously the smaller guards you're gonna have to use, because to a certain point, the big guard won't be able to cut hair anymore, and you know, you'll be just scratching at the head. Now the part where I feel like most barbers struggle the most is getting at that bald line. You see, we're here coming in with just a blade halfway open, and we're gonna just tap at that line halfway open again. Tap at the line, corners. You know, make sure you don't want to go up too high, because then you're gonna push up the fade too much. Corners, corners, and corners. That's the name of the game, is corners. You know, touch it up, open it up as you go up higher, close it as you go lower, but make sure you use your corners, as I'm doing right here. You can see I quickly switch to the half guard. I'm gonna be coming in half guard, halfway open as well, just to detail out that line, just to get it out the way. You know, don't want to do it a little bit later, just get it out right now. You can see, just flick, corner work, halfway open again. Remember, the higher you go, the more you open up the lever. Corner work and more corner work. Now we're back with the blade only, lever fully closed, and we're gonna be corner flicking everything. You don't want to go too high, because then you're gonna set up another guideline and be setting yourself up for a higher fade. So lever fully closed, flick that line out. Just flick it. Promise you, it'll hurt your wrist at first, but it's just, y'all build that muscle for it, and you'll see how much blurrier your fades are gonna get. Trust me. See, now we're coming in with our trimmer of choice, just gonna shape up his C cups. People call it C cups, people call it hugs. I call it C cups. We're just gonna edge it up, make the haircut pop out more, make the lines more sharper. You know, help it connect to the lineup when we do that later. Now, whatever steps you do for one side of the head, you want to do that for the other side to get a look similar to this. Now, this isn't fully finished. There is some details that are a little darker than they're supposed to be. So we're going to touch them up and, you know, make the fade more blurry. And here's your final product, fade blurry, client feeling himself. If you enjoyed this video, make sure please like, comment if you guys want to have more tutorials. I am on the come up, trust me. Now please share the video. Hope this helped you guys. Peace.